Hello. We're doing more TV reviews because I've been watching TV, man. I've been watching TV, watching all the TV, all at once. Moon Knight. It's a TV show on Disney Plus, Marvel. Yeah, I was never a big fan of Moon Knight as comic book. It's like, never a big fan. And I think when he really came into his own, I'd probably moved out of comics. Because I remember reading about him like in the 70s, because I'm that old. Because I'm so old. But I was like, so when Moon Knight was announced, I was like, but Oscar Isaac was in it, so I thought, might be good. Star power. But we have a thing in Lock Towers, in the Lock household, the Lock family. There's a lot of Locks here. Is if there's a new thing on, the rain is stopping apparently, we'll settle down and watch the latest Disney, Star Wars, Marvel crap because we've got a subscription and we might as well do it as a family, that kind of thing. And so we watched Moon Knight, and they did say, it's more violent, more dark, more brooding, and so I thought, it's cool. How violent, dark, and brooding would it be? No, not that violent, not that dark. This is going to be spoiler free, because I think it's really, really, really good if you know nothing about the plot. And I'm not going to say anything about the plot other than very loose explanation. Moon Knight is a character. It's all Egyptian gods. That's where he gets his power from. But there's a mystery. There's a mysterious villain. We concentrate on a fella called Stephen Grant, who's working in London at the British Museum in the gift shop, and he loves all things Egyptian. And he has trouble sleeping, and you get the feeling this is a fella who, is troubled, and that's where we're going to leave it. I ain't going to say any more. The villain is played by Ethan Hawke. He's called Arthur Harrow, and of course he's one of those people that wants to wipe out the world or something. I don't know, but he's a villain. But he's like a cult leader, which is interesting. It's interesting, and Ethan Hawke's really good in it. I liked him. May Calamawy plays another character, and she was good in it. Again, I'm being very vague. That's just very, very vague. Very vague. But it does feature the last performance of Gaspard Ulliel, an actor who sadly died this year in a skiing accident. So yeah, the first couple of episodes, I nearly checked out because I thought it was a bit slow, and I thought I couldn't figure out where it was going. But there is a turning point around the halfway mark. There is a turning point. Where it gets mysterious, and towards the end, there's enough going on to grab me. It might not grab another. Some people might say it's annoying. It's annoying storytelling, but I found it interesting, and it channeled into what Stephen Grant was going through with his character, which makes it all the more understandable. And we find out, the background to all of this and where it all comes from. And again, it's good to see Marvel playing around with storytelling techniques. It's not your standard, narrative. It's a little bit more complicated. It's a bit more playful. It's a bit more imaginative, and I thought it was really clever at the end. I'm not sure how it fits in with the rest of the Marvel universe, because we have Egyptian gods now, and how gods fit into the whole thing is it's a bit crazy. But I really enjoyed it, and at the end, I'm like a Moon Knight fan now, and I didn't realise it, but I didn't start off that way. But I enjoyed the episodic storytelling of it again, having the week gap between episodes, because I like that. I don't like to binge watch everything. if I do, I tend to try and make sure that there's a gap between the actual episodes, because otherwise it can be, a little bit too much. I like the gap between the episodes. It's good. It's good for pacing, and it's good to keep you guessing. Makes you look forward to it for the next episode. So I like that. Don't like binging. But yeah, if you're tired of Marvel and you've got the Disney Plus and everything, give it a go. It might be worth your while. It might not be. It's 6 episodes. It's probably maybe 1 or 2 episodes. Again, all these things are always a little bit too long. They're always a little bit too long, aren't they? They always take a bit of time to get where they're going. But I thought of the TV shows that they've done so far, it was up the top. I thought it was very, very good. Not like Winter Soldier and the Snowman, or whatever it's called. I can never remember. That one was just ended up into a load of preachy rubbish at the end. Some of the Marvel TV shows, a little bit pony, but I enjoyed it. Even though I don't normally enjoy Moon Knight as a character, I enjoyed this. I thought it was very good how they told the story. I think I managed to deliver that without spoiling anything. I'm really pleased. That was spoiler free. What the next one is, I won't be spoiler free, because I'm talking about Picard Season 2, Series 2. Oh boy. I don't know who's more stupid, the people that make Picard or me for sitting there and watching all 10 episodes of it. Now, I have a saying that, you don't put your hand in the fire, twice. I did with this. Series 1 was awful. It was awful. I had more issues with the resolution of it. Yeah, there was some character bits in it, like they suddenly turned 7 of 9 into a lesbian, even though for most of Voyager she was, wasn't. But hey, it's the future, I was a big Voyager fan. Next Generation, not so much. Original series, definitely. Voyager, big fan of that. Next Generation, take it or leave it. Deep Space Nine, I enjoyed, But you watch these things. You watch them, don't you? You watch them, and you watch Picard because it's on Amazon Prime, and I don't pay for, I pay for Amazon Prime, but it's like pseudo free content. And I thought, well, maybe season 2 would be better. It ain't, because whoever makes Picard, one, doesn't watch Star Trek, doesn't know who Picard is or what he's like, doesn't know what people are like, doesn't know what the Borg are like. And we again, I sound like one of those right-wing fanatical commentators that you get on YouTube who are very anti woke, or whatever it's called. Is it woke these days, or anti-progressive? Star Trek and sci-fi, I mean, Star Trek's always been woke and always been progressive. Sci-fi always has been, from this to Doctor Who, Blake Seven, the stuff I grew up in my childhood. They've always had strong female characters in them, and representation from all manner of people. So I don't always buy that, but the hang up with having to explain everything, every nook and cranny of a character has to be light shone upon. Even to the point of the Borg, it just renders storytelling to the point of meaninglessness. And there is so much in that second season that I got annoyed with. The big one was, one of the characters gets captured by the immigration people, and it's an interesting story. I think, oh, this is good, because again, they break all the rules. Because they say, whatever you do, don't go to a hospital, don't make yourself noticed to the authorities, and of course that all goes out the window. Everyone starts acting against against everything. And there's time travel, so that instantly makes you think, well, this is a waste of time, because it's time travel and it's not real, But yeah, one of the characters get picked up by the immigration services. Oh, this could be interesting. But the next episode, they break him out, and that's all forgotten about. And they play very hard and fast with themes. Very hard and fast with themes. In this, they resurrect the Borg Queen. Turns out the Borg were just doing what they do because they were lonely. Really? Okay. Picard is suffering all this trauma because his mother hung herself. And I'm sure she appeared in Next Generation as an older person in his dreams and visions and whatnot. But here she seemed relatively young when she, and you think, I don't, what? Really? And, and the programme just played it was just so disjointed, and oh God, it was awful. Again, it was probably one of the worst things I've sat through. And I'm easily pleased, I'm easily. I watch Marvel bloody TV shows for example, but and it's not the fact that I don't like the characters. Some of the new characters they brought in, I enjoyed it, like Rios, who they just wrote out. They just got rid of him. They introduced the cop character who, is obsessed with finding aliens. He's in it for one episode, and then he just he arrests Picard, and then he goes, "Oh, you got me," and the guy lets him go, and you go, "What?" Because he gets fired from the Force, and you sit there and you go, "What am I watching here?" What? Because he just lets him go. You'd say now again, if this was written properly, the guy would say, "I want to see the future, man. I want to see your ship." He'd be curious. He just goes, "No, there you go," and they've got no further use for the character. There are so many bits in it, so many bits, especially when they're tracking what's her name's Borg Queen, and she smashes everything up, and they turn up like 12 hours later and to the bar that's smashed up, and the guy goes, "She went that way. She went that way." And she's just around the corner. It's like, now you get the feeling it was meant to be all filmed at night, but I don't know, maybe COVID or restrictions, they couldn't do it, and they thought, well, we'll do it the next day. We'll just pretend that they caught up with her, Just that's without robot Picard, who gets hit by a car driven by Brent Spiner, and you go, he's a robot, and they take him to a regular hospital and he's bleeding because he's a robot. Well, look, he's an android. Well, yeah, but androids tend to bleed milky stuff, not blood, and they certainly don't require regular medicine. I just thought it was the biggest load of cobblers I'd ever. I mean, sci-fi is cobblers, right? But usually it exists in a framework that you can understand, and things happen for reasons. And in this, it just seems so random a lot of the time. And again, Picard, they've turned Picard from a gruff. I know they've humanised the character over the years, right? But you've got to remember, he's always like a real button-down, repressed English, upper class, soldier. Don't fraternise with his underlings, that kind of thing. Keep up the the stiff upper lip. And I know they've kind of humanised him over the year. Now he laughs at jokes for her, and now they've turned him into this kind of wizard character who has wisdom on tap. He's always there with a wise word and a caring, expression. I mean, there's a storyline about one of his ancestors going into space. Again, she's barely in it for like an episode, and you think they're building up to something big, and it is like a big storyline, and then it's all kind of, oh yeah, she discovered a microbe that destroys plastic. Remember, show, don't tell. This tells and doesn't show an awful lot. And then they brought back Whoopi Goldberg and then recast her as a young, and you go, yeah, even though her character isn't supposed to age, and then there's Q in it who's dying, and the only reason he's been buggering around with Picard all his years is because I like you, I love you, man, and I don't want you to die lonely like me, because I'm dying and I'm going to die lonely because I'm a cosmic being, I'm a cosmic trickster, and I don't want to die on my own. And so what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd teach you a lesson about feelings, so you don't die lonely too. You go, where the what the am I watching here? You know, I a lot of consternation, lots of explaining, lots of backstory, lots of Patrick Stewart standing around talking. He's very old. He's like 81, 82. Not getting him to run. He moved more in Doctor Strange. I'll do a review of that as well. In Doctor Strange 2, he moved more in that than he does in the entirety of Picard season 2. And at the end of it, also you get Brent Spiner playing one of the Sung brothers. I don't know, there's hundreds of them. Who's related to Khan, and of course the folder he looks at the end says Project Khan. Oh God, because everything's got to be explained. Everything. Every bit of lore. Why don't you create some new characters and some new plot devices? And then the final plot is almost a rehash of the plot of the second season series of Star Trek Discovery. Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, things from the future, going to the past, coming back again into the future to save the present, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Hate is a strong word. Hate is a strong word, but I tell you, those people that make Picard and the morons that celebrate it on social media, they need a damn good horsewhipping. A damn good horsewhipping. So yeah, watch Moon Knight, but don't watch Picard. Don't even watch the first season of Picard, because it's awful. I mean, what gets me right is they spent the first season setting up a crew of characters, and you think, right, well, in season 2 they're going to explore, because he's got he's got Rios, the Sakaar chomping, Han Solo. You've got 7 or 9 back on there. They've got a full requisite of characters, and you think they're going to go off and explore the universe and have adventures, and they don't bother. Season 2, they don't even. That's not it. Q transports them back to a totalitarian future, and then they've got to figure out to go back further in that future to undo the thing with the thing, and you sit there and go, oh, because it's all overly complicated. They can't just go and explore a planet and find an alien and have an adventure. It's got to be overly sophisticated. It's like, I know TV's got to be sophisticated now because we are a more sophisticated audience, but it's taking it to the nth degree. Like I say, everything has to be explained to the point of meaninglessness, and this is what we get with Picard. There is no mystery anymore. Nothing. And then Wesley fucking Crusher turns up at the end. Spoilers. And that is him taking a big brown one on the entire. And then season 3, all the characters they've built up in season 1 and 2, then apparently not going to be in season 3 because they're bringing back the Next Generation. Maybe Picard will wake up and it's all been a dream. All been a bad dream, and he's on the Enterprise. And they de-aged them all, Imagine that. They de-aged them. And they do like a classic series of the Next Generation with them all de-aged. But yeah, it's really bad, and I can't believe how bad it is. It's so bad. But hey, if you want a Doctor Strange review, like this video. Oh wow, I'm almost like a YouTuber there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Some good stuff, some bad stuff. Maybe you think I'm wrong. Tell me in the comment box below, or if they've moved it in the future. You never know, do you? Do you like Picard? Did you like Moon Knight? Tell me how wrong I am, please. Tell me how wrong. I need to know. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been another TV review, because I don't listen to music anymore. I only watch television, and that's the right thing to do. Ta-da.